Welcome back to another deep dive. You guys ready to get into it today?
Oh, absolutely. I'm excited for this one.
Me too. We've got Paul McCartney and the Social 3 Prestige subtype. I mean, what a combo.
Right. Like, talk about success and image and drive. I mean, it's all there.
It's like the Enneagram textbook came to life. But for this deep dive, we're assuming you're already familiar with the basics of the three.
Yeah, we want to go deeper, past those surface level observations.
Exactly. So let's jump right in. With a career spanning 6 decades, McCartney's really a case study in those core social 3 motivations.
Absolutely. And it's so tempting to just focus on the obvious, the ambition, the Grammys, the global fame.
Right, like anyone can see he's driven.
Yeah.
But how does that drive play out in specific choices he made? That's what's fascinating to me.
Exactly, because it's not always straightforward. Even at the height of Beatlemania, he was already looking beyond that success.
Forming wings, branching out, like most people would ride that wave for as long as possible.
And that right there, that's classic social 3, that fear of becoming irrelevant, being outshone.
So it's not just about achieving success. It's about maintaining it, constantly proving your worth.
Exactly. And that's where the prestige subtype really comes into play.
Okay, so let's unpack that a little bit.
Fine.
What makes the prestige subtype unique within the three?
Well, unlike other threes who might be content with general popularity, the prestige subtype seeks validation through very specific achievements.
Like awards, critical acclaim, being recognized as the absolute best in their field.
Precisely, they need those tangible markers of success to feel validated. And we see this over and over again with McCartney.
Yeah, think about all those awards, those collaborations with other top-tier artists. It's like he's curating a portfolio of excellence.
It's strategic. It's all about aligning himself with those who already hold that top dog status.
And it all ties back to that deep-seated fear of failure, right?
Absolutely. The prestige subtype is always trying to outrun that fear by constantly proving their worth through those tangible achievements.
Which makes sense when you consider his relentless pursuit of musical innovation, always pushing boundaries, experimenting.
Oh, yeah. From the mop-top pop of the Beatles to the stadium rock of Wings to all those later collaborations.
It's like he's never satisfied, always striving for that next level of recognition.
And don't forget the meticulous image management. Always in control, always projecting that aura of success and effortlessness.
Right. Even with all the fame, he's managed to maintain a certain level of privacy.
That control, that's another crucial element of the social 3. They are masters of crafting their public image.
And for the prestige subtype, that image has to reflect those achievements at the position at the top.
It's all about reinforcement. They're constantly sending the message, I am successful, I am valuable, I am the best.
It's interesting, though, because that adaptability that we see in his music, it's often seen as a social 3 strength. But you're saying it's also connected to their vulnerability.
Exactly. By constantly evolving, staying ahead of the curve, they avoid being pigeonholed or worse, becoming irrelevant.
It's like a defense mechanism, almost ensuring they're never seen as past their prime.
Precisely, it's about staying one step ahead of that fear of being overlooked, forgotten.
So even with all the outward confidence, there's this underlying fear driving that you need to adapt and stay relevant.
And that fear, it can be a powerful motivator pushing them to achieve incredible things. But it can also be a source of anxiety and stress, that constant need to prove themselves.
Yeah, it makes you wonder about the internal world of a social 3, especially someone like McCartney who seems to have it all.
Like, can they ever truly relax and enjoy the fruits of their labor? Or is that hunger for recognition always there, always pushing them forward?
Big questions, and I think those are the ones that we'll be unpacking as we continue to delve into McCartney's life and career through this social 3 lens.
Absolutely. There's so much more to uncover, so stay tuned. It's almost like a paradox, This drive for external validation can manifest in some pretty interesting ways.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
Well, take his collaborations, for example. On the surface, it seems like generosity sharing the spotlight.
Right. He's worked with so many people from different genres, different generations.
Exactly. But if we look closer, a lot of those collaborations are very strategic.
Okay, how so?
It's about aligning himself with other top-tier artists, further solidifying his own prestige.
Ah, I see what you're saying. It's like he's not just making music, he's making a statement.
Exactly. It's like, look, I could still hang with the best of them. I'm still relevant.
And that need to stay relevant, That's huge for the Prestige 3, isn't it?
Huge. They're terrified of being seen as out of touch past their prime.
Which brings us back to those collaborations. Working with someone like Kanye West, that's not just about the music, it's a statement.
It's a statement about staying current, proving he can connect with younger generations.
Right. And their work on 4 or 5 Seconds with Rihanna, too. That wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural moment.
Exactly. Bridging the gap between generations, showing that social three awareness of trends.
It's like they're chameleons, you know? They can blend in and thrive anywhere.
And this is where we start to see the difference between healthy and unhealthy manifestations of the three.
Okay, break that down for me.
In its healthier form, this drive can lead to incredible innovation, a genuine desire to connect with others.
But when it's imbalanced,
It becomes this endless pursuit of validation, a fear of ever being found out as not good enough.
it's almost exhausting to think about, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
can someone like McCartney, with all he's achieved, ever truly feel satisfied?
That's the million-dollar question, right? For the Prestige 3, the bar for success is always being raised.
It's like they're chasing a moving target. Always another award to win, another peak to climb.
And it goes beyond awards, too. Think about his constant pushing of boundaries, experimenting with different genres and styles.
Right, from those orchestral arrangements on Band on the Run to his forays into electronic music.
It's about being seen as the innovator, the one who sets the trends.
And that takes us back to his collaborators again. It's not just about working with popular artists, it's about prestige.
Absolutely. Think Stevie Wonder, Elvis Costello, even his more recent collaborations with Billie Eilish.
It's like he's drawn to people who embody that same drive for excellence.
It's about reinforcing his own image, surrounding himself with others who have achieved that same level of recognition.
It's like he's curating a network of excellence, one that reflects back on him and solidifies his position.
Exactly. It's subtle, but it's powerful.
It's like he's creating a legacy not just through his music, but through his associations.
And for the Prestige 3, perception is everything. It's about crafting that narrative of success.
Through their own accomplishments and through their carefully chosen alliances.
It all ties together, doesn't it?
It really does. And I think it makes you realize how much we can learn from someone like McCartney, even if we're not all rock stars.
Right. It's about understanding those deeper motivations, the things that drive us, even if we don't always want to admit them.
You know, it's amazing how much we can learn about a person just by looking at their career choices through this lens.
Right. It's like those deeper Enneagram motivations are hiding in plain sight.
Totally. It's like we've been given this masterclass on the social three, and especially the prestige subtype.
All those classic elements are there,
Yeah.
the drive, the adaptability, the image, control, the strategic collaborations.
It paints such a vivid picture of how this type operates, on that deeper level.
And I think it reminds us that even those who seem to have it all,
Yeah,
they're often driven by their own fears and insecurities.
for sure. And for the solo three, that fear of failure, of not being good enough, well, that's a powerful motivator.
It can push them to achieve amazing things, but it can also be a heavy burden to carry.
It really makes you wonder, though, can someone like McCartney, with all his success, ever truly feel satisfied?
Right. Is that hunger for recognition ever truly quenched?
Or is it just something that stays with them, always pushing them to strive for more?
Tough questions. And I don't think the Enneagram offers easy answers.
Yeah.
But it does offer a path towards self-awareness,
Oh, absolutely.
By understanding those core motivations, we can start to see those patterns in ourselves and in others.
And make more conscious choices about how we want to move through the world.
Exactly. So for those listening who might be relating to some of these social three tendencies, any advice on how to navigate that drive for success in a healthy way?
I think that's the key, right?
Yeah.
Finding that balance between external validation and internal fulfillment.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that your worth isn't solely determined by your achievements or what others think.
So it's about cultivating that self-love and acceptance that goes beyond those external markers of success.
Yes. It's about finding joy in the process, in those creative expressions, in the connections you make along the way.
Instead of getting caught up in that endless pursuit of the next big thing.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
And I think this is something we can all learn from, regardless of our type.
Totally. It's about aligning our passions and talents with our deeper purpose.
And allowing ourselves to enjoy the ride,
Yeah. Without being consumed by that need for external validation.
And you know what? I think Paul McCartney, in his own way, embodies that spirit.
Yeah, I see that.
Despite the complexities of that social three drive, his music, his collaborations, his philanthropy, it all speaks to a desire to connect to make a positive impact.
And that's a powerful reminder for all of us.
Yeah,
We can use the Enneagram not just for self-analysis, but for inspiration too.
absolutely. We can look to those who embody those healthier aspects of each type and learn from their journeys.
Exactly. So as you continue to explore the Enneagram, remember it's not about labeling or judging.
It's about growth, compassion, understanding.
It's about using this knowledge as a tool to better understand ourselves and the human experience as a whole.
And hey, maybe you'll even discover a little bit of Paul McCartney in yourself along the way.
That drive, that creativity, that desire to connect, those are all qualities that can enrich our lives and the lives of those around us.
Couldn't agree more.
So keep diving deep, everyone. There's always more to uncover, both within ourselves and in the world around us. Until next time.